Hello, guys. Uh, Welcome to Aslan Speaks. This is episode about how to better your life and slash self mastery. And I was inspired to share this because all these people in this world, we struggle with not having enough funds, lack of money, lack of relationships, lack of having a stable home. Some of us even bounce home to home or live in our cars or we couch hop. And sometimes some of us don't have enough food to eat. And I was inspired to share this because I want to talk about how you can change your lives. To change your life basically is you're one thought away, you're one action away from changing your life. But it's up to you, and I've been in situations where I had to sleep in my car. I've been in situations where I was starving and didn't have nothing to eat, where I had barely any money in my account or even in my wallet, and every day was a struggle. And that was in my early 20s, and what I realized, once I changed my life, I changed my thinking, and I changed my habits and actions. My life became so much greater, and I'm here to inspire you that if you want greatness in your life, then it's one thought and one action away from you achieving that. So we all want more clarity, because some of us were lost. We don't know where to go, what path to take. We want clarity. We want financial success and a more meaningful life. Well, I want in this podcast or episode, I will tell you how to achieve that. We often struggle in life. We often struggle in life. We often procrastinate. And procrastination is one of the biggest killers to your fulfillment of becoming the best version of yourself or becoming your self-master. And once you become your own self-master, you don't need to look up to a Messiah or Jesus or Buddha and be like, hey, and I want to be like them, or I pray to them and they'll help me. You got to help yourself. Let me rephrase that. You have to help yourself. You have to get off that couch. And you have to take the actions necessary to achieve greatness. Like I said earlier, we feel lost in life and we don't know what to do. We can't figure out the next steps in our life to achieve greatness. Well, in order to achieve greatness, one must be willing to change your life. In order to achieve greatness, one must be willing to change your life. And the sad thing in this world is you meet so many people who are stuck in their ways, stuck in their habits, and are unwilling to change. And if you're unwilling to change, then guess what? You're going to have the same old life. You're going to have that same lack mentality. You're going to have lack of food. You're going to have a lack of housing. You're going to have a lack of good friends. You're going to have a lack of abundance. You also, if you refuse to change, you might also always have negative things happen to you, or you might always be in negative situations. So you must be willing to change your life. Meaning, make lasting decisions and take the actions to make those changes work in your life. Make lasting decisions. You're one decision away from achieving greatness, my friends. One decision. What path are you going to take? Are you going to take that path that leads you down to partying every day, taking substances to numb yourself? Are you going to take that path of escapism? Because often that's what it is we do things in our lives, may binge watch too much TV or consume too many substances because it's escapism. We're not happy with the way our lives are. We're not happy where our lives are going. So we do certain things, like maybe we drink a lot or smoke a lot to numb our pain, right? Because we're not happy in this world. Well, you could choose a different path. You could choose the path that can just make your life so much better, but it's up to you. Make that change, make that decision, and make that action, meaning take the steps necessary to make lasting change in your life. So you can't just think about it, guys. You can't just think about it. Hey, I want to change my life. So many people are like, I want to have a more positive life. I want a better relationship. I want a nice house. I want a nice car. I want to be able to feed my family or feed myself without having to stress about it. Well, you have to take the necessary steps, you know? So become the master of your life. Take power back. So often we give power to others. We always give, to our friends or family, we give all our power away to them and then let them decide or do certain things. Take your power back and know that you are powerful. You are powerful divine beings. And once you learn that power within you, then the world's unstoppable, guys. So often when I was going through this, when I was younger, I was so lost. I made bad decisions. I had addictions to partying and smoking. And I hung out with really bad people. Not all of them were bad, but they always encouraged me to do things that were in my lower nature, meaning they always, hey, let's go out and drink, Monday through Friday. Oh, let's smoke, and do all these things that weren't lifting me up, but in a way bringing me down. And the minute I chose to start choosing a better life, my life changed. So become the masters of your life. You can't depend on others to help you. Let me repeat that. You can't depend on others to help you. You have to help yourself. You have to be willing to get up that day and be like, hey, today I'm going to fight for what is mine. Today I'm going to fight to become the best version of myself. So lasting change begins with you. Let me repeat that. Lasting change begins with you. So here are steps to better your life. Ready for this? You ready? Step 1. One of the most important things that I did in my life that helped me so drastically. And it's hard to do because you form bonds and you form attachments to certain people. And it's very hard to cut those people out of your life because maybe you love them or care for them. But what I learned is step 1, remove all things that hold you back in life. Meaning cut out all toxic things in your life that doesn't serve your highest good. Cut out toxic people. Cut out toxic behaviors or addictions. Cut out toxic environments. Meaning if you hang around certain people and they're going to encourage you to do things in your lower nature, then don't hang out with them. If you hang out with people or a toxic person who's always negative, who always plants seeds in your mind that you're not good enough, or always because they're not good enough or they're doing negative or toxic traits, they want to bring you down to their level. So, cut out toxic people. And then also toxic environments. If you know that you go to certain places, like if you have an addiction with alcohol, and if you go into a bar that you're going to end up drinking, then don't go into that bar. If you go that if you go into clubs, that you're going to go into your lower nature and party and do things that you're not proud of, then don't go to clubs. Also, cut out technology such as cell phones or binge watching TV. If you spend 10 hours a day binge watching TV, that's 10 hours that you're not pursuing positivity in your life or taking your energy and doing things to create greatness and wealth in your life. You intuitively know what's holding you back in life. You guys already know what's holding you back. Certain behaviors and certain actions are holding you back. Certain people are bad for you. So you already know that certain things within you are keeping you from achieving your greatest version of yourself. So you could choose to, hey, I recognize this person or this environment or this addiction or this habit is holding me back in life. Then what you do, cut it out. Pull the ripcord. Don't let it control you. So often we let our addictions or other people control us or take our power away. Reclaim your power and just avoid those people, places, or substances or behaviors that keep you in your lower nature or not becoming your higher self. Step 2, develop a spiritual practice, meaning find God, find source, whatever that means to you. Go back to God. There's a reason why thousands or millions of people are turn to religion. Now, I'm not a full component of religion. I believe in spirituality and that finding the divineness within yourself. Learn to meditate and pray. Join a church or a spiritual group. Meditation changed my life, guys. That's what made me a very successful person. I hated it when I started doing it, but once I started learning to meditate and learning to shut off my monkey mind and all these thoughts of negativity and sadness, and I started tapping into the divine within me, I started tapping into my inner power, and that really helped me launch me forward to greater and greater states of success. And also, when you meditate and you clear your thoughts, you start seeing things differently. You start analyzing everything and looking within, and you realize that, hey, this person or these people, this group of friends that I thought were good for me, they're really bad for me. They're holding me back. Even though I love them or I have attachments to them, they've been holding me back. They've been encouraging me to be in my lower nature. And when you start to really look within and really inner reflect through meditation and stuff, you realize all these toxic and negative things, and you cut them out. Step 3, hang out with positive people or people that lift you up and help you grow. Hang out with people who are not afraid to call you out. Good, loving, positive people, they will trigger you because you know why? They truly, genuinely love and care for you. So they'll call you out. Hey, you're lying too much. You're manipulating too much. Hey, this action or this behavior or this addiction is not good for you. They call you out. They call you out when you start slipping into your bad habits or your old negative thinking or patterns. Step 4, learn to master your emotions and thoughts. This is the most important step of them all, guys. Learn to master your emotions and thoughts. Learn to be aware of your emotions and thoughts at all times. This really helped me. Most people are aware of their emotions or thoughts 10% of the time. 10% of the time. And then the other 90% of their thoughts and emotions are going into their mind unfiltered, unfiltered basically. And all those emotions and thoughts that are entering your mind, they have crucial impact on your life. If you're always allowing negative thoughts or negative emotions to basically enter your mind and take over you, then you basically allow them to control your life. They take over the driver's seat of your car, of your life, and they're steering you in this direction, that direction. That is why your life is going all over the place and you feel lost or you make bad decisions. Learn to filter out your mind. Be aware of your thoughts 90% of the time. And the best tool is to, every couple of minutes, hey, what am I thinking and feeling? 20 minutes later, what am I thinking and feeling? Just be aware of it. Are you thinking happy thoughts or sad thoughts? Learn to only embrace positive thoughts and remove or filter out their negative thoughts. And how you do that? So when you think a negative thought of, hey, I'm in lack right now, I'm poor, I'm not loved, I'm not loving, I'm broken, I'm damaged. Hey, recognize that, hey, I'm thinking these negative thoughts. And then say, I choose not to be those thoughts. And you kick them out of your mind. Say, I will not give power to these thoughts. And then you replace those negative thoughts with positive thoughts like, I am good enough. I'm not broken. Or if I am broken, I'm going to choose to heal myself and become the best and greatest version of myself. You become what you think. You become what you think. If you're always dwelling on the negative thoughts and negative emotions, you attract the same to you. Seriously, guys. You attract negative. If you're on negative, if you're always thinking negative and negative thoughts, or if you're in a lower vibrational state, think of us as like a magnet. And if you're always aligned with the highest vibrational frequency, that is love and positivity, you attract love and positivity. But if you're always dwelling on the negative and lack, or if you're always doing drugs and alcohol, you're lowering your vibrational frequency, and then you're attracting the like-minded people. That's why most partiers and drinkers or drug addicts attract partiers, drinkers, and drug addicts. Most poor people hang out with poor people. Most people who do bad or negative things or do things in their lower nature are usually hanging out with people who are in their lower nature. And if you change your thinking and change to embracing positivity and start doing positive things in your life, you attract positive and loving people. You know, that's crucial, guys. So master your mind and emotions. Your thoughts create your reality. If you dwell on being in lack and being poor, then you attract more lack into your life. I used to be guilty of this, guys. I used to have $20 and be like, I'm so poor, I can't afford this, I can't afford that. You know, and guess what happened? I always had more lack in my life. It was abundance of lack. Then I chose to change my thinking. Even with that $20 in my wallet, my thinking would be, hey, I'm prosperous. Even when I spend this $20, I'll acquire another $20 or more. And guess what, guys? I went from being always broke and never having enough to abundance. I have a house, I have cars, I have published books, and I have good, loving people in my life that truly care about me. I used to have hundreds and hundreds of friends. Hundreds and hundreds of friends. You know, or I call them acquaintances now, because a true friend is always there in your life. Even if you don't talk to them for 2-3 months, that true friend will reach out and be like, hey, how are you doing? A true friend does not reach out and be like, hey, I need this, this, and this from you. Hey, I need a babysitter. A true friend doesn't bring you into their life for a day to help them out in certain situations and then kick you to the curb. Or a true lover, you know, I come across people all this time where they're attached to this certain person. And this certain person hit them up and like, hey, I love you. I need to see you. And then they hook up or are intimate or have them in their life for a day or two. And guess what? Then they get bored and they kick them to the curb. True love is lasting. Let me repeat that. True love, if someone truly loves and cares for you, it's lasting. If they truly love you, they'll be by your side right now. They're not going to pop in and out of your life, you know, to get something out of you or manipulate you. The minute what they get, then they leave. A true friend or especially a true romantic partner is always by your side. Every day, through every battle and every struggle. So, you know, your thoughts create reality. If you think positive thoughts and feel positive emotions, then you attract more positive things to you. Like I said before, you're a magnet. It's called the law of attraction. I have a video on this channel called Law of Attraction if you want to dive deeper into it. Positivity attracts positivity and negativity attracts negativity. If you think that you're unloving or nobody loves you, then you will attract unloving people into your life. That's the sad truth, guys. If you think and feel loved, then you attract loving people into your life. Step 5. This is another hard one because nobody wants to face their inner demons. Step 5 is taking accountability for your actions. A lot of the bad stuff that happens to you is because you said or did something that caused that bad thing to happen to you. So you did some type of action or put yourself in some certain situation that caused that negative, bad thing to happen to you. So look at all the people you wronged or hurt. Yeah. One path to self-mastery or bettering your life is learning to take accountability for your actions. So take a reflection of all the people you hurt in your life. All the people you manipulated in your life. You know, and then you have to acknowledge that you did something that caused that hurt and pain. You know, that's sad truth. Nobody wants to do that. They really be like, I hurt and caused them pain, but I'm going to move on to the next person. And then I'm going to hurt and cause the next person pain. And it's a repeating cycle. Break the cycle. And one of the cycles is to learn to acknowledge your mistakes and hurt. Like for me, a couple of years ago when I was going through self mastery, I had to go through taking accountability for my actions. And there was two of my former exes that I learned and reflected on that. Hey, at first I was always blaming them for the breakups, and I was like, they did all this, that's why we're over. But then I had to take a good reflection of myself and realize, hey, I played my part in this too. And I ended up writing both of them letters and sending it to them and apologizing and acknowledging my mistakes and be genuine. And then not only acknowledge the people that you hurt and wrong, but then you have to atone for your mistakes. Say that you're sorry. Write them a letter. Apologize. Acknowledge that you made mistakes. Then recognize all your bad behaviors and the things that you did to hurt others. And then choose not to do them anymore. Yes, choose not to do those behaviors or actions that cause you to hurt people. Because one of the biggest saying is hurt people hurt people. Hurt people hurt people. So some of us are damaged or we have emotional traumas in us. And unknowingly, those emotional traumas and hurt that people caused us, we end up causing it to others. So we got to recognize to learn our own emotional hurt and damages and stuff that people did to us, heal that part of ourselves and choose not to do them to others. So meaning, if you're trying to apologize and taking credit for your actions, realize maybe you lie a lot. So learn to stop lying. Maybe you manipulate to gain something from somebody. Learn to stop manipulating people. Change your behavior from being a negative behavior and choose to do positive behavior. So if something happened to you, think about this, guys. Think about this. If something bad happened to you, you're the one who made the choice to put yourself in that situation. Think about this. If someone did something bad to you, then you made that choice to hang out with that person and you allowed that person into your life. Now, we all make mistakes. There's people who wear masks, are masks, and you think they're this certain person, but under the mask, they're a whole different type of person. Now, we can't fault you. Yes, we got to acknowledge our actions. And so, if you're constantly hanging around bad people, I see this in relationships where people always end up with the same toxic person, same bad relationship. It always ends the same. Well, what it is you're choosing to go for that type of people or that type of relationship. So make a change. Say to yourself, I will not choose anybody with this particular trait or toxic behavior or this type of person. I'm going to choose to go for a whole different person. That's the key, guys. Think about this. All the despair in your life, all the painful memories and hurt in your life, in a way, was caused by your actions and decisions. Most hurt and the despair are caused by, so most of the hurt and despair that happened to you in your life, sometimes you're the one who put yourself in that situation. Like, I look back in places where I was hurt and was in despair, and what it was, a lot of it was I surrounded myself with the wrong people. I got into the wrong relationship. Maybe I got in a relationship thinking, hey, I could fix this person, or they do truly love me. But in the end, they never loved me. They never really cared about me. And all they wanted to do was manipulate me, use me. And all their actions showed that they were in it for themselves. When you're in a true relationship, the two people become one. That means the people you hang out with, you hang out together. Places you go, you hang out together. You make decisions together. Like my ex, it was all about her. I need to go do this. I need to go see this person, never including me. Well, I have to do this for my life, blah, blah, blah. When you're in a loving, committed relationship, you guys' lives become one together and you grow together. You face life's battles together. Food for thought. Now, also, most hurt and despair are also caused by others. These other people in your lives do negative things to you. Now, I'm not taking now I'm not taking the blame from all the other people, like, meaning, obviously we have our own faults and things, but they're just evil people out there in the world that don't give a crap about you at all. They're very selfish, and they'll never change your ways. But learning to self master your life, you learn to filter out the people in your life. You learn, hey, if I hang out with this person, they're very toxic for me. Maybe in the beginning I hang out with them for a little bit, they're fun and everything, but in the end they're just very toxic and they just bring me down. Choose not to hang out with those people. Loving and kind people, positivity is key, guys. So learn to stop hanging out with toxic people. Learn to hang out with positive people. I can't stress that enough. A good person will uplift you and encourage you to become your greatest self. Yes, they may be challenging at times to be around them because they will mirror all your bad habits to you. They may be triggering because they're going to point out all your flaws. And you may not like that, but all it is because they're coming from a loving place. They're trying to help you become the best version of yourself. Good people will never take from you. They will only give. A toxic person will encourage you to do toxic things. Maybe they'll encourage you to do drugs. They'll encourage you to do party all the time. They'll encourage you to do things that go against your moral nature or your morals or your program belief structure. They'll try to get you to basically, like, I could look at the like this, like they're trying to convert you to the dark side of the force. Like you watch Star Wars, they're given to greed, given to lust, given to anger, and that's like the dark side, guys, my friends. And good loving people will just show you nothing but love and encourage you to be the best of yourself, and they will help you to achieve greatness in your life. Whereas the toxic people, they're just going to encourage you to be in lack. If they're in lack, you're going to be in lack. If they're doing depraved and toxic negative behaviors, then they're going to encourage you to do depraved toxic behaviors. A toxic person will take and never give to you. They'll encourage you to do things against your morals, guys. I'm going to repeat that and stress that. They will corrupt you because something in them is broken. So guess what? They're going to want to break you so that you're like them. Take your power back and be like, you know what? You can love a broken person, but don't allow them to influence you in your life. It's crucial, guys. It's very crucial. Why? So many people are around, like, I don't want to judge. Everybody has the right to choose who they want. It's free will. But why be in lack and despair, sadness and hurt, and always struggling every day after day because you're hanging around toxic environment and toxic people? Maybe you hang around people with mental disorders or, and by you hanging out with them, you end up taking on that mental behavior or mental disorder. Hang out with positive people. Humans are like magnets, like I said. So you're like a sponge. If you're surrounding yourself with toxic people who do depraved things or always partying and drinking, and I have nothing against it. I drink and party myself, but in moderations, and I control it. I don't let it control me, but I control it. Change your lives, my friends. So you have a choice. Do you want to change your life? I'm going to repeat that. Do you want to change your life? Ask yourself that today. If you're watching this, do you want to change your life? Then say to yourself, today I choose better decisions. Step 6, begin to do the inner healing. And if you're interested in inner healing, I have episodes on this channel about like shadow work or inner healing and how to go about it. Actually, watch all my videos, guys. Even if they don't all resonate with you, watch them all because they're all very informative. There's little nuggets in all my videos that can change your life. So step 6, begin to do the inner healing. Start healing the emotional wounds that hold you back in life. I know it's painful to look at, guys. Trust me, I've done it. I didn't want to look at my bad habits or all that emotional wounds inside me. But then I had to look at it, I had to shine a light on it. Reflect on that inner hurt or those wounds. Reflect on that hurt and wounds. We call them trauma bonds or emotional wounds that sometimes it's caused from parenting. It's also caused by hanging around certain people who did really negative things to you, and then that becomes a part of you. And now I want to talk about inner healing, because one of the problems with our health today is that we only focus on the physical aspects of our health. But there's another component called the spiritual healing. And if you want to get rid of depression, anxiety, if maybe you have like parts of you that you can't feel certain things, it's because you have spiritual wounds, spiritual healing. Certain traumas happen to us, they get trapped in our chakra system. And then we blocked our chakra systems. So if you can't feel empathy or a lack of love, most likely your heart chakra is blocked. So research spiritual healing, meditate, unlock your chakras, look within and start doing the inner work and healing. And then once you realize all this pain and hurt that's inside you, reflect on what caused it. And then make a decision. Hey, I will never put myself in this situation or hang out with this type of person or do this certain action to ever allow another emotional wound to ever affect me again. So them are the steps on bettering your life. Now, here are steps to self-mastery. Step 1, self-awareness. Self-awareness is the ability to observe and understand your own thoughts, feelings, actions. Self-awareness, so a self-aware person are perfectly capable of identifying what they feel. It is considered a primary driver or introspection and leads to being aware of our current thoughts and actions. So I say that in How to Better Your Life. Master your thoughts and minds, guys. Self-awareness. Expand your consciousness. So there's different stages in consciousness. There's step 1, I call it the sleeper. You're still plugged in the matrix. You're unaware of half the things that are going around in your life. But when stage 4, when you truly awaken to truly become a self-master, you become stage 4. You become the magician of your life. And through your thoughts and actions, you start manifesting amazing things in your life. Seriously, guys. Now, step 2, self-exploration. As the name suggests, is the study or you to analyze your inner self, or your inner thoughts, beliefs, and emotions and ideas. Study your programming. We're all programmed with a certain belief structures and ideas. So look within and start exploring and get rid of certain thoughts, beliefs, or programs that no longer serve you, and replace those programs with new beliefs. And for me, I was really Christian, and I'm still basically Christian, but when I started walking the self-mastery path, I started programming myself with more spiritual ideas. So, step 3, self-discovery. Discover yourself. It's the simple process of understanding ourselves. Self-exploration is the first step which enables a person to embark on self-discovery. So discover what makes you tick, what makes you happy, what makes you sad. And then everything that hurts you and makes you sad, cut that out of your life, and then start pursuing things that make you happy. What makes me happy is sharing wisdom and knowledge with people. So I started dedicating my life to pursue that part of my life, to help people with sharing knowledge and insights that can help them become the best versions of themselves, to help them become like the Buddha or the Jesus. So I had a script here, but I'm going off script for a second here because I don't want to make this video too long. So self-mastery, guys, so I'm going to go off my life. Earlier I stated I was poor. At one point in my life, I bounced around to house, couch to couch. I was living off of friends, basically, when I was in my younger days. I wasn't happy. I was always poor. I barely had enough to put gas in my car. There was times where I had to sleep in my car in the middle of winter, December, freezing my butt off. You know, there was times where I didn't have no food, so I had to go days without eating. There's also times where I had a little food and I had to take noodles and ketchup, and I had to boil noodles and put ketchup on it, and that's what I ate. You know, I was have my very highs and lows in my life. Why? Because at that time I didn't know any better. I always thought, oh, tomorrow will be a new day. You know, also I was bouncing around job to job. You know, and then because I didn't like certain aspects of the jobs, or I didn't like certain people or authority in that job, I quit it. And then I would go at days a day just bumming off, sometimes bumming off of people. And then something clicked inside of me. You know, and what happened is I started acquiring knowledge. And that's what I recommend with you guys. Acquire knowledge. Start reading every book that you can. Start watching every documentary, or YouTube's a good platform for it. You know, learn about meditation. Learn about self healing or spiritual healing. Learn about law of attraction, how your thoughts create. Positivity attracts positivity, negativity attracts negativity. And start implementing all that knowledge that you learned. I started diving on this path of knowledge, and it changed my life. And then what biggest thing that dawned on me is I was putting myself in all those bad places. Reason I was poor? Here's the real reason I was poor. Is because I didn't want to work. I was chasing that easy money. And guess what? When you chase easy money, you lose easy money. And then finally I got to a place where I got a steady job that I actually liked. Instead of just giving up on it, I stuck with it. And guess what? Every week I had money. And then I would take that, and then I also was reflecting on how I spend my money. You know, back in the day, I was a big pothead. You know, or I used to like to go party all the time. So I would go out on the weekends all the time, and I only made like $300 a week that month. And then guess what? Just in 2 days, I would blow that 200 bucks. And then the rest I would blow on pot, and then I would blow that whole paycheck and have nothing to show for it. Do you guys do that same behavior? Do you have certain bad habits or addictions that you just, hey, I'm going to spend all my money on this bad substance? Well, I realized, hey, I'm wasting my money on bad things. So I chose to put my money into positive things. To all my money, instead of buying those $100 sneakers, I just put that money away. Instead of buying that $60 video game, I put my money away. And I saved up and I saved up. And I got that dream Audi. You know, one of my favorite cars is an Audi. And I saved up for a year. I put half my money away for a year. And then I got my dream car. You know, with that mentality. You know, so you could change your life by changing the decisions, changing your actions. Stop doing negative things. Stop hurting people. You know, in my younger days, reflecting on it, yes, I took advantage of, sometimes I took advantage of my friends. You know, I bum like $20 off of them, or I would always eat their food. I'd sleep on their couch, and I wasn't really contributing to them. And then I learned to change. I'm like, at some point, something I was like, I don't want to sleep in my car. I don't want to always open my fridge and have nothing in it. I don't want to lose friends because so luckily for me, I have really good friends. Learning to choose to surround yourself with extremely positive, loving friends. And that's one of the things that helped to my self-mastery is, one, acquiring knowledge, implementing that knowledge, learning to filter out my thoughts, aligning myself with positive thoughts. You know, and then I stopped doing all the negative behaviors, and then I cut out all the toxic people. And for the most part, I'm really good at that, where if somebody comes into my life, if they, you know, it's not that I'm judgmental, but if I see certain traits and behaviors in them that I know they're going to steer me off course or drag me down to the deep end, then I choose to cut them out of my life. And you know, and it's really hard to do, you know, especially if you love and care for somebody. You know, maybe you have a relationship where you genuinely love and care for them, and you want the best for them in their life. And you know, like, you know, this happened to me many times in my life where I come across somebody and it's like, hey, I love the crap out of them, I care the crap out of them, But you can't change people. They have to be willing to change yourself. And if the person that's in your life is always just taking and taking from you, they're not showing you love back through their actions and deeds. If they're all talk, 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 yeah, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this for you, talk, 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 but on the other end, nothing happens, then it's time to cut them out of your life. You have to sometimes cut people out of your life and let them make their own bad decisions. Let them make those negative choices. Let them hit rock bottom. You know, but also that same person in your life can choose, hey, you know, like in my state, hey, that person in my life was amazing, and I can't believe I let him go. I can't believe that I was selfish and through all my actions that I just drove them away. And then you can make a positive choice and say, hey, you know what? I reflect on all the bad things that I did to cause the breakup or push this person out of my life. And I'm going to choose to do everything in my power to embrace positive change and bring them back into my life. You know, but it's got to be through your actions and not your lip service, should I say. So guys, self-mastery begins with you. Acquire the knowledge. Master your mind, thoughts, and emotions. And do the inner healing. Stop running away from it. Stop choosing escapism. Stop smoking weed every hour of the day. Stop binge watching 10 hours of shows because you don't want to deal with your thoughts and emotions, so you just get lost in a TV program. Stop doing jobs or certain behaviors to gain that easy money, knowing that you're selling your soul. You know, because some of us do things that are basically selling our soul. And I have a video all about on this channel about basically how negative people influence you. Watch that video, because there's also negative entities out there, negative beings that are out for your heart and soul and mind, and all they want to do is lower your vibrational frequency, lower you till basically you're just a shell, and then negative entities, negative beings, you could call them demons or whatever, take possession of you. It's also people, you know, like that's what certain people that are very evil will enter your life and basically brainwash you and get you to do all these toxic behaviors or immoral behaviors to basically slowly break you down to the point that you're just a shell of yourself, and then they have all the control over you. Take back your power. Say today, I take back my power and I'm going to become the best version of myself. So on this channel, I have an episode about becoming your higher self. I got a channel or episode about how to be successful. I have an episode about how to cut out toxic people. Also, check out my books. Hidden Knowledge, Gained Wisdom is the first one. Hidden Knowledge, Gained Insight. And then Hidden Knowledge, Path to the Divine. Those 3 books alone, if you purchase them and you actually read them, those books are over 15 years of acquired knowledge. That if you read them and implement them, you can change your life for the better. And then lastly, share and like this video if you find it helpful. The reason the world is so corrupt, the reason why most people are still trapped in the matrix or not the masters of their lives, is because people, you know, like, so the root of all evil, well, basically, I don't know how to say it. It's because good, basically the saying goes, because evil took over because good people chose to do nothing. So you could choose to do something today. Choose to better your life. I beg and plead with you guys. If somehow you found this video and you're actually watching until the end, it's meant for you. It is meant for you. So implement some of the things that I talked about in this video. And then share, and if you know people that are hurting inside, who want a better life, share this video with them. My friends, lasting change begins with you. You're one thought away, you're one decision away from changing your life forever. I wish you guys the best. God bless you. I hope you're the best. And guys, I love you all. Love and light. You know, also learn. The reason I'm crucial about spiritual practices, because there's forces out there that we're unaware of unless you awaken your consciousness high enough, or your spirituality high enough to see these things. My problem is I'm aware enough where I see these things now. And so So learn spiritual protection as well. Because sometimes thoughts are not your own. They're thoughts from other people, through the television, through your cell phone, that are being implanted in your brain on a subconscious level that are influencing you. So be aware, guys. Be mindful. Change your life. Say today, I'm going to be the best version of myself. Well, guys, that's my rant is done for the day. I try to make like 15-minute videos, but it doesn't work. Like, because a lot of this, guys, when I start speaking, when I go off script, it's not really me speaking. Yes, I have the knowledge in my brain, but because I've been on the path of self mastery, I tap into the divine within me. Me being Christian, I call it the Holy Spirit. That my intuition or Holy Spirit starts speaking through me, and then like all these words, like I get downloads, all these words or ideas and thoughts just start entering into my mind, and I just start speaking them to you. So positivity is key. Get out in nature. Surround yourself with positive people. Cut out all the toxic people, guys. That's one of the hardest things to do. Cut out the toxic people, toxic environments, toxic substances, toxic behaviors, and just embrace positivity. You do that, your life's going to change so much better. When you start aligning yourself with positive people, doing positive actions, positive deeds, and positive thinking, you attract that to you, and your life will start changing. It'll be like miracles are happening to you in your life, and I can account for that for firsthand. The minute I changed my life, it was like miracles started happening to me. Unexplainable things in a positive nature were happening to me. So it's up to you. Change your life by choosing to change your decisions and actions. Love you guys. Like and share.